don't even dance, see?
Hey guys, Pip-Boy Roy here, and I heard y'all like tier list. I'm going to be ranking all the Resident Evils from S excellent to F trash, and if you ever want to see where they stack up in my book, come check out the video, and thanks for watching. So, we're going to get started. First one we got up on the list, Resident Evil Revelations. I didn't play it when it originally came out on 3DS. I actually never even finished this till it got a PC port, I believe. So I was late to the party. Controls are a little bit weird. Even on the PC port, you can definitely tell it used to be a mobile game. But for what it is, and it's technically the last game we got for Jill. So, yeah, give us Jill back. Come on, Capcom. But it was a fun game, not the best story. They introduced a lot of new characters here. They were kind of weird. Some of them were kind of cringe, like anime characters. But, I mean, at least they tried something new, and they got a little bit of the horror back. So it was a step in the right direction. I'm going to throw that into, we'll throw it into the B average tier for now. That was an average game. I've replayed it twice. Raid mode is pretty fun. Wish the campaign had co-op, and the raid had more co-op options. Which one shall we do next? I guess I'll just do them in order here. Alright, Resident Evil Village. Started off, I really liked it. It was a fun game. Then I beat it, and then I saw some of the flaws starting to shine through. Then I beat it again, and then I'm like, okay, I'm starting to understand what this really is. And then I beat it 2 more times, and now I never want to play it again after 100% of it. I'm still kind of excited for 9, and Ethan was frustrating, but at the same part, it's awesome. He got a kind of cool ending, kind of cool way to go out. I won't spoil that too much if you haven't played it yet, since it still came out this year. Definitely not the best one. I'm going to put that in B tier as well, but it is going to be... it's going to be above Revelations for now. So we got Resident Evil Village there. Resident Evil Gaiden, or Gaiden. Depends how you want to pronounce it. This is one of the very, very few non-canon games Capcom has put out for Resident Evil. This was like closest to an RPG as Resident Evil will ever get. You're Barry and Leon. You infiltrate a rainy ship on a rainy night. There's puzzles, RPG elements. It's okay. It's I wouldn't call it a trash tier. I've recently played it. It's for what it was at the time. It's a fun little spin-off, and I mean it's not canon either. So we'll throw that in C. Cause I don't think some people I could see where it's trash tier, but it's not a bad Game Boy Color game, and for that I'm gonna throw it in the C tier. Reverse literally never came out. Still isn't out. And I feel robbed for getting Resident Evil 3. So, thank you for robbing me of Reverse. Oh, wait, was Reverse supposed to come with 3? Or was it supposed to come with Village? I don't even remember at this point. Either way, it's not out. Trash tier. Beta was garbage. Made me sick. Next, we got Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles. I did get this when it launched. I got this and then the sequel, both on Wii. I love on-rail shooters in this style. I love House of the Dead. I love Typing of the Dead. House of the Dead Overkill. And some other, Time Crisis and some other games in this style. Really, really fun. Loved them in the arcades. The Wii sensor bars are kind of trash, so it took away a lot from my experience. And then, but if you can get your sensor bar issued out, it's a fun, solid game. Not the longest. Got lots and lots of replayability, decent things to unlock, plenty of files to find. It's a fun game. I'll put that at the top of C. It took a lot of liberties with rearranging the story so there could be 2 people at once. I'll leave it at the top of C for now. Maybe I'll put it, top of C for now. I'll leave that one there for now. Resident Evil Biohazard Gun Survivor 2. This was another light gun shooter game that the US didn't get, but I have played it years later through PC since Capcom didn't want to release it here. It is a really weird, realigned version, reimagining of Code Veronica with the light gun shooter style. This game didn't take itself seriously though. It was fun. It was wacky. I liked it, so I'm not gonna put it in trash tier, but I will put it at the end of C tier because it was not high production value. Not high production value. Now we have Resident Evil 3 Remake. Some of my closest friends know this game pisses me off. It was a downgrade in every step from RE2 Remake, and they charged full price for it. So, yes, the graphics are still good. It was cool being Jill. I liked the extra bits with the UBCS they added with Tyree. Then Murphy. Murphy still got murdered. Nikolai, I didn't like the end and boss stuff with him, but I don't know. This game disappointed me in a lot of ways. It's definitely not the worst Resident Evil game ever made. I I will replay it more than Village, so it's gonna go above Village just because being in Raccoon City and some things they did with the game were really cool. But we all know it falls short in a lot of areas, and I'll put it at the top of B for now. All right, the game that single-handedly saved Resident Evil 4. I'm not going to go over a specific port. I have not played the VR version yet, unfortunately. I have a Valve Index, but it's only an Oculus right now, and I don't even have Facebook. So if the Zuck will let it get ported out, the VR version, to something else, we'll see. Maybe this will get revisited in the future. But as it stands, I'll just go based off, I don't know, I guess the Wii port. Awesome game, set the standard. This game's awesome. We all love it. I don't know one person that doesn't like this game. Now the question is, am I going to put it in excellent or good? Excellent, I'm going to tell you right now, not many games on this list is going to get there. So it's going to be at the top of A for good. This was an amazing Resident Evil, but still not my favorite one. Resident Evil Resistance, a multiplayer mode that did come out. Had a lot of promise at first. You know, it was really cool. It was an alternate take. It wasn't canon, so they had some free reign to do whatever they really wanted. The villain, the masterminds were cool. The survivors were cool, but this genre isn't my favorite in the first place. And then when you first start off, the masterminds are too overpowered. And then when you get later on into the game, then the survivors are overpowering the masterminds. So not the most balanced game. It died pretty fast, at least on PC, unfortunately. I don't know if it has crossplay, and I don't know if it's active right now. We're going to put that right below Umbrella Chronicles on the meh. The meh. Alright, Resident Evil Remake. This is hailed as the best remake of all time, and I would agree. They took everything the original had, and they made it better. This is the best remake ever made. I still play this today. Unfortunately, the PC port is kind of garbage, but it's on all current gen systems. It's all on last gen systems, last gen systems. It's on Switch. This thing's been ported everywhere. I still have my original GameCube copy, and I also have the Wii disc copy. I prefer to go on either one of those versions. All my saves are there. Visible enemy mode. Super hard. There's so many things that keep me coming back to this one. I love original Resident Evil Remake, and I do like it more than 4. Is it gonna go on excellent? This is the standard, right? I mean, I don't know. Let's go S or A. S or A. I am going to put it at the top of A. Top of A. I have not. It is an excellent game, but okay, it's going on excellent. Excellent it is. I said it's an excellent game. It has to go on excellent. All right, Resident Evil Biohazard. almost a kind of soft reboot for Resident Evil. Started the Ethan Winters trilogy we're going to be getting. My main problem with this one at first was replayability, but after playing Village and then going back, playing both, reanalyzing both, this one is actually better than Village. I still don't like the replayability too much, and I didn't like any of the DLCs, and a lot of the story things were annoying, but Mia cutting your fucking hand off, if you're in the hand gore, 7 and 8 are going to be your games. I'll say it's a little bit better than Village, so it's going to go in the B average tier. Umbrella Corps. I don't know how this game is canon, and I didn't beat it because I'm not even interested enough to know. This is going to go in the F trash list. It's better than Reverse because it actually came out, fortunately. Resident Evil Code Veronica X, a game that has grown on me. The more and more I beat it, the older I got. This one really hits different as you get older. I really like the Got the Car Redeems here. Rock Piece of Crap Island. The interactions with Wesker and Chris, their love storyline continuing here. I love this game. This game is really growing on me, and some of you might find this as a surprise, but this is going in my excellent tier. I loved all the characters and the side characters and bosses in this game. Excellent tier for Code Veronica, and I'm going to put it above Resident Evil Remake as well. That's how much I like this one lately. I've been playing a lot of Code Veronica, and Extreme Battle Mode as well is really fun, and this is the best Resident Evil so far in the tier list for me. Alright. Resident Evil, what's this? The Dark Side Chronicles? It's like super hard to read. It's so small. Dark Side Chronicles. This was the sequel to Umbrella Chronicles. Now this one I liked better because it didn't... Well, I guess you had some stuff with Wesker and Umbrella Chronicles that you never knew in the story before, but you get some new story stuff here with Krauser. You finally get Krauser's backstory of him and Leon in the army, going on missions, going through the tropical rainforest, doing some fucked up shit. Pretty sure Krauser ate a snake while it was still alive. Maybe that's why he's evil now. Oh well. This was fun. I liked it better. I'm going to throw this in the average tier. And you want to know what? Yeah, I liked it better than... I do love light gun shooters. I'll put it in the middle. I'll split Village and 7. I'll split those up. Okay. Resident Evil 6 to this day, I still hate. I hate this game. I hate every campaign in this game, not just certain ones. Every campaign has huge glaring issues in this game. Now, put my hate for this game aside. Let's look at what it did for the game. At the time when it came out, it was the best-selling one ever. It had an okay Mercenaries mode. You had the full game co-op. That's very, very good, especially the longevity, life of the game. It's been ported everywhere. The co-op mode's still active. Campaign, people still looking for games. I was playing it on Switch these last few months, and I still find people no problem. The most memorable thing in this game was Chris launching a missile at Leon filled with the virus and yelling at him to get the fuck out of there as he murdered thousands of people. Now that I think of it, Chris genocided a lot of people. I hate Resident Evil 6, but I can't put it in the trash tier. It's a complete game. It has good production value, interesting controls and combat. We'll go ahead and let's put it right below RE3 Remake. We'll put it in that average tier. Now we got the one that started it all. Original Resonant Evil. This one, I haven't played too much. I play mostly Director's Cut. I think everyone our age in the US, or at least mostly, has Director's Cut. They don't have the long black box here, or the original version from Japan. So I'll grade it just as a director's cut. It's a really great game. I go back to it a lot because it has as great as RE1 Remake is. This one with the bad graphics has a certain charm, and if you count in Deadly Silence as this one as well, it has multiplayer on the DS and a bunch of interesting touch puzzles. It's really cool. But I'm not going to count the Deadly... Unfortunately, Deadly Silence isn't on this tier list. I would actually rank that separate just because it's jarringly different with what you can do in it. So I'm just going to count this as Director's Cut. And that is going to go into A tier, above Resident Evil 4. It's what started it all. It's an amazing game. Go play the Genesis version, and you'll fight a Gold Tyrant, which I didn't find out until this year. So many ports of this. Great game. Go play it. Resident Evil 0. You know, I really liked this one when it first came out. I came home from school one day after school. My mom surprised me with the latest gaming console, which at the time for me was GameCube, and she had Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0 ready to go for me. That's something you probably shouldn't get someone that's 10, 12 years old. It's probably why I am how I am now. But oh well, now here we are. I've replayed this recently, and it's not aging the best. The main reason I like to go through it, I like to see the different areas, but the gameplay is honestly just frustrating. I feel like enemies are super tanky because you have your second character. I feel like they do basically no damage. The puzzles are kind of innovative because you got to split up into two a lot of the times, but most of the time you're just camping or babying one or the other. The bosses are super lame. The rejected tyrants are kind of cool, but then again they're just kind of roaming around. I liked some of the extra backstory we got with Birkin and Wesker, Sexy Wesky. That was cool, but in terms of like everything on paper about this game sounds great, but then when you play it, it's not great. I'm gonna put this one. I'll put it very below. I'll put it at the end of B. Honestly, put it at the end of B. It's just really average, which is crazy because same time frame. RE1 Remake was amazing. The Mercenaries 3D. This was a 3DS only. This has never been ported anywhere else. This is really strange. Give us that on PC with some even more maps and characters. Like, people will play it, people will buy it, but whatever. We're going off Resident Evil 3D Mercenaries for the 3DS. Not the best controls because it's on the 3DS, but in terms of missions, maps, characters, items, weapons, this game's fun as hell. It's just very limited because it's basically just a glorified minigame as a full game. I'm going to throw this one at the top of... Yeah, let's do top of C. I'll throw it at top of C. Ooh, now we got Resident Evil Outbreak, File 1. I love the Outbreak games, it's no secret. You can actually still play them online on PC to this day. It works pretty well. I play every year with some of my friends, and we have a good old time. And we all want this remade. File 1 was the start. File 2 was much better. File 1 didn't... Yeah, they had some good maps, but the gameplay was just a little bit more crisp. AI a little bit better in File 2. And honestly, they should have been combined into one game. They're probably split up. We'll put Outbreak 1 at the top of C. Alright, now we got Resident Evil 2. This was the first Resident Evil I ever played. Hollywood Video back in Malden. And I won it Soul Calibur, I believe, but that wasn't out yet. There was just a demo for it. I think they had a Dreamcast or whatever demo out for it, and I just looked at the back of the case of Resident Evil 2, and I'm like, hey mom, can we get this? She's like, sure. I pop it in this is the N64 version I started with, by the way. Pop it into the N64, And then I skip all the cutscenes because I'm a dumb little kid, so I don't know any better. And then everything's on fire and zombies just start freaking eating me. And I would start screaming. I was like, what the hell is this? So, played a little bit of it, died. Got a little bit further, got to the gun shop, awesome. Got to the basketball court, died. Okay, played again, got to the bus, died. Okay, my dumb little self is getting better and better. This is really challenging me, big brain stuff here. Finally make it to the RPD, awesome. And now I don't know what to do. One puzzle at a time, and then my little pea brain finally put it together and ended up beating the game. And it was freaking awesome. But guess what? When you beat the game, then you get to go through an alternate scenario with the other character. I don't even know how they both fit both campaigns on the N64 cartridge. But it's awesome. Resident Evil 2, you all know by now. You've had to have played the OG2 by now. So many different ways to play it. It's amazing. Obviously, this is going into the excellent tier. And does it go above Code Veronica? It goes above Code Veronica, obviously. It's the one that started it all for me. Resident Evil 5. Oh man, I should have got a drink. My throat's getting dry here. This is all in one take. Resident Evil 5. I was so hyped for this game coming out. Having co-op and coming off the heels of 4. 4 was so awesome, especially for the time. Like, had the Wii and GameCube port and PS2 port. And those were the only ports at the time. Had all those. And then Resident Evil 5, it gets announced. Japan got a demo and we didn't at the time on like so I actually burned a blank DVD, got the Japanese demo and played it early, the demo. That's how excited I was. I couldn't wait the extra 2 weeks for the US demo. That's how bad I wanted to play this game. A few years later, I realized what a monstrosity it became because it led to where the franchise was going for quite a while. So then I was scorned at the game for a long time. I've come back to it now. It's still a solid co-op game to play. I would say it's the best Resident Evil co-op game there is to play. So if you want to play Resident Evil co-op, you start with this. It's the best one. Chris was cool. Sheva was cool. I liked Josh. They did Wesker kind of wrong here. He wasn't written very well. He was like a generic supervillain, and that really wasn't Wesker before, but whatever. We're going to throw this one at the top of B. Top of B. Yeah, that's how much RE3 Remake pissed me off. That I'm going to recommend 5 over it. Kind of crazy. Resident Evil Survivor. People hated this game when it came out. Leave me alone, cat. People hated this game when it came out, and people still hate this game. But you want to know what? I liked this game. It was different. It was different characters, different island. Seeing had a diverse amount of enemy types from what I remember. And you fought like super soldiers, Mr. X's, hunters, dogs, zombies, bosses, other boss tyrants. It was pretty good time. I liked it. I would have liked to have seen them do more with this IP. Maybe give it a little bit more budget, because the voice acting was ass, the cutscenes were ass, the graphics were ass. But I guess I just like light gun shooter kind of games. The US version didn't get the light gun with it, unfortunately. But even then, playing with a controller was okay. I'm not going to throw it into trash tier. I liked it. I'll throw it right above... I'll throw it above Resistance, because I really don't like Resistance, believe it or not. Outbreak File 2, good. Improves upon File 1 in every way. The maps are bigger. Graphics were a little bit more crisp. AI a little bit better. So many memorable times playing this. I wish I was a little bit older when this came out and I would have had PS2 online. I unfortunately never got to try to online till just a few years ago, but thankfully PC and stuff can keep games like this alive. Capcom, we want the remake. Give us Outbreak Remake, or just give us Outbreak. Make it a free-to-play game, charge for characters, maps, missions. I don't care what you gotta do to my god. I will give you my fucking credit card number. Just make this game, do it the right way. You know we all want it. Stop being old, out-of-touch dumbasses. File 2, I am going to put at the top of B tier. It is that good. Resident Evil Revelations 2. This had a really, really shaky start for me. I got this on PC when the first episode came out, and it was an unoptimized mess. Like, this was sickeningly bad. I had the best computer a consumer could buy at the time, and the game just ran like trash. If the fog setting was on, your game just ran like a freaking robot. It was trash. And then Claire walked like a crab person. But as it got patched, the later episodes came out, and then Co-op Raid came out. Now that's a game changer. Co-op Raid in Resident Evil Revelations 2 is still getting updates to this day. They do some good events, fun events, good character skins. It's a good grind to level up your guy. Tons and tons of different missions. They pull resources from other Resident Evil games for maps and stuff for this. Revelations 2, Revelations 1, RE6 locations. Just really good co-op raid mode. Co-op raid mode is the reason to play this game, I'd say. Story's okay. It's not the best, but you want to know what? I'm going to throw this... Where are we going to throw Revelations 2? It's going to be in B tier, but what's it going to be above? Definitely above Revelations 1. I do enjoy it more than Village. I do like it more than Darkside Chronicles. I like it more than 6. Let's throw it... We're going to throw it right there. Right there. And you want to know what? I got to drop 6 down a little bit because 6 pisses me off. Do I like 6 more than Revelations 1? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Revelations 2, we're going to put that into B average tier. Alright, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now, this is the only Capcom game in the last 3 years that I really... Resident Evil Capcom game in the last 3 years that I've genuinely really liked. This one... Awesome when it came out. Awesome now. Mods make this even better. I love having Darth Vader or Beach Boy naked Mr. X chase me through the halls as I'm Leon, or maybe even change my character skin to Marvin. Lots of questionable costumes for Claire and Ada. It's just a good time on PC. But no, the gore in this game, they stepped it up. The gore, the decap system, the limbs coming off, the gore, the blood, everything was awesome. The only thing that could have been just a little bit better would be an extra boss fight or two, and a little bit better in the B scenarios, because they got lazy with the B scenarios. They just rehashed pretty much the same thing, just in a little bit different order. OG2 did the A and B scenarios a lot better, but the graphics are amazing, gore is amazing, gameplay's amazing. This is a worthy remake, and I am going to put this in the A tier. In the A tier. I have beat Resident Evil 4 recently again, too. Do I like 2 Remake better than 4? I do play it more than 4. I'm going to put it above 4 for me. I'm going to put it above 4. I do play it more. Alright, we got Resident Evil Dead Aim. This is the most racist Resident Evil game ever made, and if this game came out today, China would probably nuke us. And just for that, it's not going to go into F tier, because I find it hilarious. Bruce McGurvin, Fatal, where am I going to put you, Bruce? They had some interesting concepts here. They had a rip-off Sephiroth, evil villain character, Morpheus D. Duval. Resident Evil Dead Aim is going to go... I'll put it above Survivor. I like it a little bit more than Survivor. We'll put it in the Matt tier. It's got a really sick Japanese cover. Actually, most of the Japanese covers look much better than the US ones. That's unfortunate. And what's also unfortunate is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. This game is actually, it's actually quite a guilty pleasure for me. I've played this a lot more than I should have. At the time, there was no RE2 remake, so this was the best way to see Raccoon City in nice graphics that wasn't one of the on-rail games of Darkside Chronicles. Operation Raccoon City was the only way to get Resident Evil in HD, and I liked it. This one's not canon, obviously. The story was all of a mess, and not all of the game modes were the best. But you got the little things right. Shooting, killing zombies was fun, and just being in Raccoon City in HD, and the story did get kind of wild sometimes. So I'm not gonna throw it in the trash tier. I'm gonna put it right in the C tier. I liked it. This game's a guilty pleasure for me. And we are down to the last Resident Evil on the list, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the OG. This is the real Nemesis edition. There's no Nemesis edition of RE3 Remake coming out. We already have RE3 Nemesis edition. It's the original one. This game is better in every way, except graphics, obviously, than RE3 Remake. Just way more Nemesis boss fights. They cut out so many areas from the original, and I just replayed this recently on stream. At this rate, I feel like I stream this game every year. The HD project keeps this game looking better than ever. This game had mercenaries mode, had more alternate outfits, just more everything. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is amazing, and it didn't take me till this year to realize that it is my favorite Resident Evil game. Funny enough, I actually, first time I beat this was on PC with just a keyboard. And those controls were horrible. I'm glad I have a controller to beat this with now. This is excellent, and this is the best Resident Evil for me. Alright, that's the tier list, guys. Thank you for checking it out. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let me know what your favorite Resident Evils were. We only got 2 trash ones. Some other ones could be in there, but I like bad games once in a while if they're fun enough. But thank you guys again for checking it out. Have a good one, and I will see you guys next time. Enjoy your New Year's, and I'll have more content coming out later this year, and I'll have an update video of what that will entail. Thanks, guys. See ya.